Hey, before I hop into this video, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Risk for being my very first member on my YouTube channel. And if you are interested in becoming a member, right here on my channel or on any of my videos, there is the join button. It is fairly cheap. I tried to keep it as cheap as I could, $1.99, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. And if you get any of these, you will get a shout out. You'll get rough cuts, bloopers, loyalty badges, as well as additional perks like early access to videos, discounted merchandise, and exclusive members-only videos, as well as getting to play different games with me here on stream. So yeah, let's get into the video. Hey, what's up, guys? So patch 1.11 was an absolute disaster in Valorant, and it has now been removed and pushed back to a later date that we don't even know yet. Now, this patch was supposed to come out with Skye, Icebox, and competitive, changes to different agents like Sentinels and Initiators, and overall it seemed like a pretty good patch. They had a lot of stuff in there, and it looked good. However, as most of you know, Hiko pointed out that there's a huge issue in any game when you make large character and agent changes during a qualifying or LAN tournament. And Valorant has sponsored their own First Strike tournament that started, and then immediately as soon as it started, they went in and made all these patches, which is just unfortunate for those teams and very bad timing and poor management by Valorant, in my opinion. Now, this patch, it says, we will redeploy later in the week once we can figure out a less disruptive time for the Valorant First Strike qualifiers and have a solution, obviously. If you started the Skye character contract, you won't be able to progress until we patch again. And then to clarify, they commented multiple times about if you did end up buying Skye, you won't have to re-buy her. You will, once Skye comes back out, you'll have her. But the big thing that I see is it says, we'll redeploy later in the week, right? Later in the week, right? So later this week, once we can figure out a less disruptive time for the Valorant First Strike qualifiers, which I assume just means that they're going to be pushing back the qualifiers. I don't know what else that's supposed to mean, because if it's going to redeploy later in the week, the Valorant First Strike qualifiers are still supposed to be going on, so it looks like they're going to be pushing it back. But one thing I did not know, which is part of the reason that I'm making this video, is the amount of bugs and issues that were in the patch 1.11 when it came out. And I saw this clip, which I just find absolutely hilarious. This is Steel from 100 Thieves, and they're just playing a comp match. They see they have Skye on their team. It's the new patch. Everything's looking normal, and right here you see, I believe that was Sage or Skye. Hold on, let me pause it. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just my Wolfie boy in there.
Yeah. Wowza. Now, of course, this is more just a funny bug and not that big of a deal. It's not like this is something that's game breaking or anything like that. I mean, granted, if someone were to come around the corner when your screen looked like that, that would be a little game breaking. But I'm not sure what triggered this exactly. But this is one hell of a bug, that's for sure. And I think things like this, they need to have these things fixed before it goes into the game, which is why, in my personal opinion, this game needs a TTS server. Anytime you're going to be having a game where you're constantly putting out patches, a TTS server helps a lot. It helps find bugs and issues and see how the community of the game is going to react to different changes and stuff like that. And overall, I think the changes that they made in this patch were good. I know a lot of people have been having complaints about, this change to Sentinels, nerfing Sentinels and buffing Initiators, it's bad for the game, and oh my gosh, Cypher and Killjoy suck now, yada yada yada. I think it's good for the game overall. I think it's going to make the game better in the long run. But it was terrible timing on when they tried to make these changes, and on top of the terrible timing, they need to implement them better with more solid patches that don't have these giant bugs and issues and stuff like that. But in any case, I mean that's really all we know so far. We know that the Reaver skin, Skye, and the new Icebox map being in competitive, that whole patch has been delayed. It should be coming out later this week, but granted, we were told it should have come out Tuesday as well, so we really don't know at this point. But it is good to know that if you started the contract, your progress will be saved. Now, granted, I didn't play the day that this came out. I was extremely busy that day with work, but in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As soon as we get some more solid information about what's going to happen, I'll put that out and make sure that everyone knows what's going on, and y'all take it easy.